Welcome back everybody, some more BeamNG.Drive. Today we are taking a look at the Crash Hard 2.0 map. Now this guy has... I need to ult you. This guy has created some of my favorite vehicles in this game, and he's made some good maps. This is his second map, which I think the fog density is a bit too high for this. I mean, it's so sensitive that I can't do anything but foggy or not foggy. So we'll be clearing it out. Yeah, everything looks blurry in the distance, but this is a huge map. I say huge, it's not humongous, it's just there's a lot to it, and it is split in half down the middle by an earthquake. So this will probably be split into two videos. I don't know, I'll see how long it takes. And we will be starting off on this half. This half of that map is old, you could say. It was the first set of what he did. Then he did updates to this, and now there's just an update released that did that whole other half that is disappearing from being in the distance. Yeah, he did that whole other half of the map and updated it. Oh, I'm not exactly sure how long ago, but very recently. So we're going to be taking a look at it. Here we have a nice off-road trail that we're going to be taking the D15 Marauder on. Oh. Now, this trail is very rough. And it's a little bit much for most vehicles. First time I had tried this trail, I tried taking my favorite rally car, which is the Sunburst Rally Edition, on it, and yeah, it does not work. You need something with more clearance. I mean, it had the power to get through, but with its suspension being lower to the ground, it was never touching the ground to get power. So, starting to get a little rolly here, because the walls are a little bit tall there, but I gotta jump there. It's been so long since I did this trail that I actually forgot there was that jump there, so I was lucky I had the speed. We're going to just charge on down here. Oh, graphics were doing a little bit weirdness up there. Probably going a little bit faster there than we should have been going. Broke a glass somewhere. Oh, probably hit that a bit harder than we were supposed to too, but it seems like everything's okay. Except for our bumper and rear taillight, but no matter. Oh! Got real rough there, we rolled it a bit, but we were able to get back on its wheels without godly powers. We'll just keep on charging through here. This trail is a bit long, so... but it is a little bit challenging at points. And here it's dried out, so it's not as muddy, but yeah, it's a lot of fun to go down. It just takes a while. We're back to the mud a bit. And here's a nice little wall climb. There we go. Made it up there just fine. Uh-oh. Started getting dragged off to the right a little bit there. Come on, Marauder, keep putting the power down. Yeah, this truck, for being a stock off-roader, it does really well. I think the author of this map and the cars, I think his name on the BeamNG mod site, and, well, for the mods themselves, I think his name on here is actually Crash Hard, if I remember right. I forgot to look before starting recording, so I'll have to take a look at that quick. But I will link I'll put the link to this map in the description, and we've lost our rear bumper. Yeah, this part's getting real bumpy now. As we smash along the off-road trail. Oh my word. How much longer do we actually have to go on this trail? Didn't actually think it was this long, but maybe it spans the whole side of the map. And I don't have anything to talk about, because, well, we're just kind of driving. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, there's definitely some points where it's hard to maintain control on this, because, like there, we were just bouncing from one side to the other. Oh, we're nearly at the other edge of the map, so it does span the whole length of the map. Come on, you can keep doing it. Come on, pick up a little more speed, Marauder. Finish with a bang. Something's breaking apart underneath you, but you're fine. Come on. Oh. Nice little pop-up there. And with that right turn, we are now off the mud and onto pavement. Oh, stay on the pavement. Yeah, taking out the truck after going through that. I mean, it fared really well. Steering and suspension's obviously going to be screwed up. Back corners took a lot of hits from all the bouncing, but I mean the truck fared it quite well. It's a nice little mud path to take. And now we grab my favorite rally car to continue here. This paved road kind of goes around to all the different entrances to places on this side of the map. And I think there's one coming up here. Here's a parking lot for the starting line. And right here we have a nice little figure 8 track. Be interesting to get some scenarios set up for figure 8 racing on this. Although the track isn't the widest, so passing isn't going to be the best. It is a nice dirt one, so that it's more like how normally figure 8 races are done, or figure 8 races are done. Although that's just the figure 8 races I know. So yeah, there's a nice little lap around here. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna do a little reset on our car here to make sure it's still good. Now, an issue I do have with this car is I don't remember when it happened. The radiator on it used to be good, and then at a point it started overheating easily. I mean, this going straight line speed, it's not doing it too much, but if you're doing like the Gymkhana video I did, it started overheating pretty quickly. And for a while I could put a super radiator on here so that it didn't overheat, but that has since stopped working. I am no longer able to switch out any components on the cars for some reason, and I don't really understand why. Now we're just flooring it along here. I might have missed a turn off already because I was talking, but... oh, there's one. There we go. Got stopped, not really in time, but... here's another little off-road pathing, which we're going to need something a little bit beefier. The Gavril Roamer Adventure should do the trick for us here, hopefully. Although it looks like it's made more for a safari, kind of deserty area, it'll do well for us here. Ugh. This thing doesn't seem to have all that much power, though. I'm kind of surprised. But we're getting through it a-okay. I've actually never driven this vehicle. I kind of was going to grab the off-road one, and I saw this, and I was like, ooh, this looks cool. So it's probably one they added with the more recent big update. Its suspension system actually seems quite nice on it, although we're going to smash there, because that was quite the angle. Oh, don't be a repeat of climbing tensions. we might need something with a bit more power. Yeah, this thing... Yep, high clutch temperature. This thing seems to lack power. Let's see if the normal off-road version will do us any better. Definitely got a bit more power early on. So this might be better for us here. Although, I think it will be a lot easier to get going too fast. Oh, road kind of split off to the left a little bit there, but I didn't quite follow it, and we've lost a window somewhere. Yeah, this thing does quite well for what it is. And it looks like this road, or this dirt road... Oh, no. I thought it was going to take us off to the left towards the other path, but no, it does actually keep going across. And we have actually broken a wheel. How we managed to do that, I don't know. I thought this thing was a bit more durable than that, but... maybe not. Ooh. Our back end really got flung up there. Come on, stay on the path, truck. Yeah, this vehicle does seem to be driving a bit... Okay, well, we've deflated a tire somehow. This vehicle does seem to be a bit odd compared to back in the day, though, before the bigger update. I haven't driven this version of the Roamer since then, so... these are some pretty big rocks. But with that... oh! Let's just try and get the car up to the road, but with that we have completed that little section there, and let's go back to where we left off on the main highway. Well, that's still the same part of the main highway, but... and actually... okay, there is nothing else in between that stretch, so we will just return to our car here. And let's see how well it does at higher speeds, because I doubt it's going to be good. Okay. Oh. Well, now we've got to get her turned around. Huh, parking brake doesn't seem to slide anything out in this truck. But over here, we have some more paths, and I don't think I've actually been up these. We'll take the right path first. Oh, I think I know where these go. Okay. This will be a good time to stop for a second and zoom out. These are the trial paths, so I shouldn't have taken that right there. Should have continued on to get to the first path. And we'll start going down these. These are, well, this first one is an endurance suspension testing kind of one. So I'll get this pulled up here, and might as well test this one's suspension. See how well of an off-road vehicle it really is, although off-road vehicles aren't really made for that. We'll keep going along here. Yeah, these are just a bunch of jumps, straightaways to get a little bit of speed, jump again. Or more of drop-offs than jumps, but yeah, just to put your suspension to a really nasty test. Got a nice bounce there. Broke out one of our windows. We are... oh! There go fuel tanks. Either that or water. Yeah, you'll see we are actually starting to bottom out at some points. Something is grinding somewhere. I don't know what. Here's another big one. Oh. Actually... ugh. We're actually breaking axles on our front, so now we're a rear-wheel drive vehicle. front drive shaft is completely broken now, so we're fully rear. And yeah, see, the suspension has given up at this point. Now it's just smashing into the ground underneath. And it is very hard to control now. Should just have one more drop after that one. Well, I guess it's a couple because, yeah, the dirt there. And our spare tire takes off without us. And we've reached the end of this, and we get to see a few more things out there. Yeah, this thing, I mean, it made it through, but it's junk now. Let's get on back here. Just dump it off this back here. Actually worked out better than I expected it to. Now we've got a nice road here, and we're going to switch out vehicles for this one. We're going to take the off-road hopper out over here. Maybe could have gone with something a little bit faster, but it should do fine. I mean, we got through that stair-stepping suspension test without too much time taken, and there we weren't able to get too much speed because we were non-stop jumping, but this road's a little bit easier on the suspension, but fun nonetheless. As we roar down here, we have a little mountain to try and go around. It's not the most difficult thing, but it's, well, it's more road to drive on. And I barely slowed down enough to get my wheels back on the ground enough there, get enough traction. And we'll keep flooring here. I actually do not know if this vehicle has enough speed for this, but when we meet the highway up there, you can see there is a jump. I don't know if we're actually going to make that jump, but we'll try. I kind of forgot about it. Oh! Just shy. Well, that's unfortunate. This thing flipped over. Yeah, this... I don't think this is going to be very drivable anymore, but we'll try it. Oh! That wheel just got sucked up into the thing. Okay, yeah, this thing is not drivable anymore. So we'll refresh it. Get charging back up here. You'll see more of what's to come off to our left there. Yeah, this does now lead back to another highway, so that is the end of this path. Now for this last straight long circuit here, I wanted something a little bit more beefier. Although I forgot this thing is a little hard to control sometimes. But here we have Crash Hard's Off-Road Barstow 4x4. And now you can probably see why I wanted something like this. There are sections of the road missing and such like that throughout here. And this thing's suspension system can handle most things pretty well, except for real hard landings. I mean, it's stiff enough that it kind of just absorbs all the shock, but if it's too much, then it's just gone. But I don't know, he made some really dang nice cars here. We might be going... Yep, we were definitely going way too fast for that jump. And yeah, you'll see when it's too big of a hit for it. Let's push ourselves back here a little ways. Try to do that at a more reasonable speed this time. 155 was probably a bit much. Let's try it around 100 this time. We can kind of try and stick it around there. 108. Yep, that is even still too fast. Oh, we've actually broken our drive shaft, so... Yeah, it's a pretty big jump. Unfortunately, it does seem to be too much for this car's suspension, but most things this thing can handle quite well. And I said that this thing's 4x4, but for some reason, with the update, something glitched out. If you lock in the transfer case on the front end, it just locks into place and you're stuck. We've got another jump coming up here. We could go off there and go on the highway, but we're going to take this jump because leads right into a wall. I mean, he did an amazing job on this car. Just look at how many pieces there are flying off. And stuff doesn't really get glitchy or anything on looks or anything. No artifacting, so he did a pretty dang good job on it. But we'll leave that burning thing there. And that has completed all of our long straights here. There is a road that leads along this outer edge here, but we are going to be leaving that alone. We'll hop on later down in the next video, but for now, just wanted to show you there's a nice little arena here for demolition derby or such if you so choose. It's got a lip at the top so you can't actually get out of the arena. I just figured I'd show you that. Don't really want to go around it because there's not much for me to do on it at this point. And so we will hop back on the highway. Right over there is where we left off, so might as well just drop ourselves down right here and grab a working vehicle. Back to the Sunburst we go. We continue to charge on down this road now. Takes a little bit to get going, but I mean, you did a really good job on this map. It's beautiful. There's plenty of stuff to crash your car up on. It's just really nice. Okay, get stopped and turned around there. Get reset so we have a point to go back to if we so choose. Now this little road, it's kind of leads to nowhere. Unless you want to go play in the pit. I think it's just meant as a nice place to be able to launch yourself in. There we go. Got a nice little pit there. And we did a whip around backwards there, so we're going to have to reset this car because front steering is sensitive. Our steering would be slightly off there because it does not like whipping backwards. And we get over to here, which this road leads to the Broken Down Bridge and the other half of the map. There's this little, I don't know what, garage or something there. That's kind of pointless to us right now. And we will go down that road later. I'm going to continue along here for a bit. And here we go. Here is our first turnoff that we are going to be making here. There's probably better vehicles for this, but I just like this car. I want to keep driving it. So for this one, we're just going to do it with this. It's not going to handle it all that well, honestly, but it's a nice little, well, we're going wonky now. The edges are a little bit sharp on places. But yeah, this is a nice little, trophy truck course, Baja course, I don't know what to call it. But obviously it's not meant for a little rally car like this. It's made for something with a lot better suspension. But I am just stubbornly clinging to this car. Uh-oh. Well, the car can't cling on very well, though, when you obliterate it like that. We don't have enough speed for these jumps now. But if you don't Or if you aren't using a trophy truck or something, it's a good place to at least kind of demolish the car a bit. And there we go. Once we have done this curve, we will finish one lap of the track. I'm just going to launch us out there. Get a nice little reset here. Let's get back up to the highway for an actual banked curve, which is kind of odd to see on a highway, but it's quite nice if you're going fast. And we get to the other course, which I am definitely going to switch to some other sort of vehicle for. So you know what? The park ranger has come out to play today. Not the fastest of vehicles, but something interesting to throw down here. Now this really is rough on a vehicle suspension here. I mean, it's not the roughest, but I mean, just look at how much it's flexing back and forth. And now here it's getting spaced out a bit more in bigger ones, so yep, can't continue the full speed. We'll just get a reset there, just make it a little bit quicker. If I had the actual trophy trucks on, I might have been able to do that part at faster speed, but this thing doesn't quite have the speed and suspension for it. Drop down here. I don't know why they had to make the turns in a pit, but I guess it's less dirt you have to pile up on the outside because it makes its own. Then we've got another rough suspension place. That's why I switched to a truck on this one, because I actually wanted to show how this works on the suspension. Now we have an interesting section, which would probably still be better with a trophy truck. But none of them are flat across and even, so they're really weird on the suspension, really make you want to roll. And we're not able to go through this as fast as I thought we were going to be able to with this truck. Oh, broke our front drive shaft. Not really surprised because they're just smashing the front end down every couple seconds. And we'll throw it back around this corner, and we'll be back at the beginning again. This thing reset, get actually up onto the road, and we will snag another vehicle to get to the next section. Grab the SBR hill climb just for fun here. I'm gonna rocket off down this way. Now, that's somewhere we've already been. This, if I remember right, yeah, that just leads up to where we crashed into earlier. And that leads up to before the jump where you crashed. So, we just have this stretch of highway here left. And I picked a good car to take along it. This is a nice little windy, decently high-speed area you can go. Bit bumpy and you can catch air, but oh, I should have let that crash out, but I forgot that that dropped off so much there. There we go. Yeah, if we were driving the F1 car or FR17, might have done a bit better sticking to the ground there, but also that thing does not like any sorts of bumps. We risked losing all of our downforce just by hitting bumps, so this turned out to be a good substitute there, and I really do like how this thing drives. And it sounds amazing too. But here we have led to a parking lot up here. And that's kind of the dead end for this highway here. And for most of the things on this side of the map. So as that continues to just roll on to oblivion, we will go to the final attraction that this side of the map had to offer before the update that added the other half, and that was the bridge. Obviously... oh. J-beams. I didn't mean to hit that. Obviously, this is going to be a fun place to go to. We're going to take this hill climb across it to start off with, because I know it'll actually make it. Or at least, I think it... well, I know it'll make it. I don't remember. I used to do things for fun in my free time where I would take cars, see how many could make it across one way and back the other. I know this thing can do it. One, or at least jump across. I don't remember if this was one of the ones that could handle it back and forth or not, though. Okay, I slowed down way too much, but... yeah. There's a nice little gap in the bridge there, and we're going to give it one more try with this car. And here we go. Yeah. Broke the oh gosh. Broke the front drive shaft, but we're still drivable. Oh, nope. This thing must not fare so well without its front drive shaft anymore. But yeah, it's a nice little jump, and we will hit it just one more time to show what happens if you don't make the jump. I'm gonna have to slow down here. This road is a little bumpy, so if you don't have a car that... if you have a car that's a bit too twitchy or such, you really gotta watch yourself, and it might actually be better to slow down time to do it, but... we crash and don't make the jump. Don't settle up here. Don't make me a liar. There we go. And we fall down here. Down into the pit of hell. And unfortunately, since the update, he has forced this cinematic camera in here, which does suck, but we can get around that. Going down here, look at, oh, the obliteration of our vehicle. Somehow the engine still is running. I don't understand how. But yeah, there's our steering wheel right there. So yeah, that's a pile of destroyed. But yeah, so I should have said this. Well, I did say it was, I think I said something about it earlier, but yeah, I said it was rendered by an earthquake. This was just a normal valley here. The earthquake created mess is that gap there. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the first half of the look at the Crash Hard 2.0 map, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.